All right, welcome back. We're with Barron's starter Hector Santiago. And Hector, this is playoff time for me. You're only a couple of weeks away, so an outing like that near the postseason is also a plus. It's a step in the right direction. And when do you personally, and when does the team start thinking about what's going to happen in mid-September?
I mean, we're seriously already thinking about it. There's guys in the dugout clubhouse right now like, oh, we're not playing well right now, but we'll get it. Once playoffs come around, we're, try to step it up a notch. I mean, going into the playoffs where everybody's thinking about ready and trying to win games now.
I saw your pregame routine before your Wednesday start, and you were doing a headstand. What was that all about? Where'd that come from?
Here's Curt Bloom to break it down for us.
It was a brisk and chilly day up here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And for the Auburn Tigers, their morning game struggles continued. The Auburn Tigers did not play very well.
We did all the classic things that you can't do, certainly on the road, and certainly in this league.
I went out there and played like we played last year. We went back to our old ways, and you can't do that.
Auburn couldn't pressure Ryan Mallett. They committed costly turnovers. They made tons of mistakes. And at the half, the Razorbacks led 27-3.
We didn't get off to a good start. We weren't executing very well, and you got to give Arkansas a lot of credit, too. They were playing extremely hard, and, we kind of got in a hole, and we're trying to dig ourselves out the rest of the day.
Big moment and a momentum changer in early third quarter. Ben Tate and Auburn driving, but Tate fumbles at the 2. Arkansas recovers at their own 5. They would eventually march 95 yards in 10 plays, a 14-point turnaround.
It was a huge play in the game. If we get that in there, we got a chance. We feel like, and that was a tough play.
Then the Tigers showed their moxie. Over the next 6 minutes, they scored 3 touchdowns to cut the lead to 34-23, but that's as close as they got. Arkansas scored the final 10 points.
It's a big wake-up call. This could be a good thing for us, or it could be a bad thing, and we're going to take it. We're a good team, and we're going to take it and make it into a good thing.
With the 21-point loss to the Razorbacks, the Tigers will certainly take a hit in the national rankings. For head coach Gene Chizik, he suffers his first loss at Auburn. But for the Tigers, there is good news. After 2 straight games on the road, the Auburn Tigers return home. They will play Kentucky this upcoming Saturday. From Fayetteville, Arkansas, this is Curt Bloom.
All right, let's get to some headlines. And helping us out tonight, Barron's play-by-play man, Curt Bloom. And here's the deal. I did play-by-play a couple months ago. We decided to switch and see who would be better at what job. We'll put it up for a poll later, but are you ready for your TV debut?
Yeah, I'm ready. I was more comfortable earlier today in shorts, cotton shirts, sneakers, and socks, but I think it's time. It's time we give it a shot.
All right, let's get rolling. Barry, hit the animation.
Time now for headlines, and we'll start in the NFL where there's 6 first-round draft picks that remained unsigned. One guy is a guy we know very well, and that's former Bama lineman Andre Smith. And no, we're not reporting he's ending his week-long holdout. Word is he might miss the first few games of the season. That's because the Bengals are lowballing him, offering him less money for their pick than the guy taken after him in the NFL draft. Well, the rainy days of summer are plaguing NASCAR. Last week in Pocono, now Watkins Glen. The race rained out. They'll play makeup tomorrow. I wonder if they have to play a doubleheader. And talk about momentum for Tiger Woods.
This guy's
baseball
good.
Reference.
Yeah.
Heading into the PGA Championship next weekend today, polishing off career win number 70 at Bridgestone Invitational. He wins by 4 strokes at 12 under. Brad, I had to double-check my calendar today. And yes, it is August 9th, and yes, NFL football is back. Tonight, in fact, the Titans and Bills are playing in the Hall of Fame game. And the Titans stopped on their first offensive possession, or are they?
Whoa.
The fake punt, and A.J. Trapasso on the keeper, and he scores.
There he goes.
7-zip Titans. And they were up 14, and Vince Young comes in, and, well, Vince, thanks for playing. Interception, Titans win.
That wasn't so bad. How'd it feel?
It was okay.
Beads of sweat, adding a little realistic touch.
Water, please.
Thank you so much for coming in.
My name is Curt Bloom, along with Coach Rick Cleveland. And, Coach, we have got a matchup on paper, the 2 most prolific teams and a pair of undefeated teams. The Elba Tigers, I call them the Flying Tigers. They're 14-0. And the Tanner Rattlers also at 14-0. You mentioned yesterday about NASCAR. How do you stop a team that has scored 51 points a game like Elba has done this year? Johnson wants to throw. Lobs it towards the end zone with a man open, and that'll be a touchdown for Elba. From about the 2 first and goal, this is a handoff and in for the easy touchdown because of great blocking is Kyle Shoulders, and it's now 7-6. Austin Johnson, the quarterback. Has some company in the backfield. He'll hand it off. Lindsey tries to turn the corner and does. Gets inside the 20 in open field, and Lindsey scores a touchdown. Lindsey heads towards the end zone, and he'll get in and finish this one off. Michael Lindsey heading to Troy University. One final visit to the end zone for the Elba Tigers. And welcome everybody. Curt Bloom along with Coach Rick Cleveland. We got a good matchup on paper, the 1A game as we mentioned. And you know, we're very familiar with both of us with big schools, the Daphnes, the Hoovers, the Homewoods. But when you look at Linden and you look at Marion County, these games in these towns and these communities might be behind their teams as much as everybody and anybody else, Coach. Well, now would be a great time to be a bank robber. Now, both coaches told me that their cities close on Thursday nights to get ready for their Friday games. Now, when you're looking at the talent on the field, we know that Linden is big and powerful, a couple of 300-pounders on the line. And then you look at Marion County, their goal, Coach, has got to be to slow the game down, keep the ball on the ground, and try to kill the clock a little bit. Now, even though this is 1A, there's still a lot of good talent on the field, including there's a guy that's going to be playing in this prestigious Mississippi and Alabama high school championship game. Tell me about this. And for Marion County, the Red Raiders, 4 different backs with 1,000 yards on the season. They're nearing state records, aren't they? A great story that the fact that the Linden head coach used to be the Sweetwater guy, and he beat them to get to this game. All right, Rick Cleveland, Coach Cleveland, and I will be back with a 1A matchup right after this timeout.
Brand Rudisi, thank you very much, and Curt Bloom along with Ryan Brown. And what a battle today, the battle of the Rams. I mean, the only ones missing are St. Louis and Los Angeles. You've got Brubaker Tech, a private school out of Montgomery, and you got the Ramsey Rams based right here in Birmingham. On paper, Brubaker, an outstanding club, including maybe the player of the year in the state of Alabama in KT Harrell. And then Ramsey's coming in maybe on the underdog, Ryan, a little bit. They've had 2, maybe we'll call them upsets, but Rams and Rams today should be a good one.
Yeah. Harrell with the ball, not only a scorer, but a terrific rebounder as well. On his way to Virginia, as Ryan Brown mentioned, he'll start the game with a 2-point jump shot. Start from the outside. That's a 3-point goal for Ralph Floyd. And the kids from Birmingham with a 1-point lead at 3-2 over the kids from the state capital city of Montgomery. Again, a private school. Their nickname, they don't really have one, but they call themselves the Rams. Ryan?
They don't even have anywhere to practice. They have to borrow gyms.
You got one? You got an extra gym in your palatial estate?
I do not, no.
Gill moves on the right side, no good. Rebound by Tech. And in traffic, good rebound by Bendolph. And they'll take a 3 and hit it. What a shot by Harrell. Just absolute beautiful motion. And you saw the gooseneck, Ryan, at the end.
Yeah,
held his hand right there.
That's right.
Well, not many people know exactly what they want to do with their lives when they're just 9 years old, but Curt Bloom did. Curt Bloom grew up listening to great sportscasters and great play-by-play guys in and around New York. Well, this year, he's marking his 20th year as the radio voice of the Birmingham Barons. He works solo, no color guy to fill in the gaps or give him a break. Take me out to the ballpark in tonight's Spirit of Alabama report.
Tonight from Regents Park, we'll present Southern League Baseball.
As a young man, Curt Bloom talked whenever given the opportunity.
And, you know, good morning. Today is April 16th, and here are your morning announcements.
A product of North Salem High School in Westchester County, New York, Curt Bloom loved to listen to Marv Albert and others describe the action of the New York Knicks or the Rangers. He listened to the Yankee and Met announcers, wanting someday to do what they do.
I am the Lou Gehrig, which means the luckiest man on the face of the earth. When I was 9 years old, I knew what I wanted to do, and so it's just pursuing it daily, loving it, enjoying it. It's a passion. I've never looked at at it as a day of work. It's something that's engulfed me and encompassed me, and I'm lucky.
Curt Bloom came to Alabama to do the broadcast for the Huntsville Stars. After 1 year, the Barons offered him the play-by-play job here, and he's never looked back. Sure, he'd love a chance to move to the major leagues and do what he does for a big league club, but he doesn't spend a lot of time worrying about that.
And I love Birmingham. It's become home. It's become a home for my family. It has helped me raise a family. I've decided it's not on my clock anymore. It's on God's clock, if that makes sense. And I don't want any more, Mike, this is important. I don't want a big league job. I want the right big league job.
When the Barons play, Curt Bloom wants them to win. He says this franchise has been very good to him. So he may be around a while, or he might get called up one day, as they say. And someday down the road, when he's calling Yankee games at the stadium, I ask him to remember my name when I call wanting great seats and an interview with the team announcer.
Mark Rogers, you have no problem. Yeah, I've already.
A good man, Curt Bloom. You can hear him on 1260 AM, the voice of the Birmingham Barons. That's the spirit of Alabama.